Hello and welcome to Weston High School. My name is Michael Filipkowski. I'm here with Connor DiBiase as the Weston boys basketball team takes on Cambridge, Rindge, and Latin. And for the 1 minute preview of the game, Connor DiBiase is going to break down what's going to happen in this game and what Weston needs to do to win.
Yeah, so on Tuesday they had a close game. It was a 7-point lead. Weston did hold a pretty close to double-digit lead for almost all of the fourth, not letting Cambridge get back into that game. I think win this game, a lot of it comes on rebounding, which is something I've said probably every Weston game.
You're sounding like a broken record, Connor, at this
last
point.
time I watched Weston against Boston Latin, something they did really good in the fourth quarter, Boston Latin did, to come back, is kind of play a very press defense, not let Weston get over their own half court. And that kind of completely shut Mayhew out of the game.
Really
Because he's not taking inbounds, and if they can't get the ball to him, it's not going to be effective. So I think for Weston, a big part is, a lot of high school teams bring out that. They bring out that press kind of defense, and I think Weston needs to have a good counter to be able to win. I think also a decent out for them is quite important. If they can get like a really...
Yeah, if Weston can get a really good start tonight, I think that's a big thing. Weston always kind of starts out one of the hotter teams, and what we saw last week versus Boston Latin is we had a big lead going into the game. However, what ended up happening was that Weston's lead was lost, right? So as we start today, look for Weston to hopefully hold that lead or get a lead in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, good pass by Jenkins out to Mayhew. Takes a drive on the perimeter. Got to be able to block that paint when you have someone that tall driving at you.
Yeah, it's
just an easy bucket.
CRL moving the ball around. Very similar so far early on to Boston Latin last week, moving the ball around the perimeter. That shot is no good. The putback is no good as well.
That block by Mayhew. Good start for him.
CRL continues to move the ball around. That one is no good, and a defensive rebound by Weston finally. That's one of the things that we hope to...
I think our audio just cut out for a little bit. I'm not sure what the issue is there.
A deep three by CRL puts Wildcats only up by one here as Weston moves the ball down the court. And I believe that is Iatreides with the ball. They're moving around nicely. Jenkins with the ball now, gives it to Mayhew. Gives it to Jackson Brinker.
Yeah, I think this
might be Brinker's first start on Varsity? Or first or second start. As CRL creates turnover, or gets a rebound and turns it over themselves as Weston now has the ball and moving down the court.
He finds Jenkins inside. Good post move. Gets him to the basket. Offensive rebound. And one, I believe.
You think? I don't think so. I thought it was called on the first one. Nope, it is and one.
It is and one.
You're right,
really good job by
really
Jenkins
tough.
inside.
We talked about it last week with Jenkins. He's such a passionate, and he gives all of his effort every single play. So that's something that you're going to expect from Jenkins pretty much every week, going for that extra mile. And right here, it could give him an extra point as he nails the free throw and completes a three-point play, and that's just really excellent effort by Jenkins throughout that play. CRL now with the ball, moving it around the perimeter. That one goes out of bounds, and Weston will take over.
As we're finally settled down, I'm going to try to get Cambridge starting lineup off to you.
Yeah.
Looks at that.
They just subbed a couple.
A big sub, so that is Miller coming out of that starting lineup. I think the main big man here for Boston Latin, Oliver Lewis. Just subbing in for Boston Latin, or
And a
for
nice
Cambridge
drive by
Ridge Latin.
Mayhew right there to put the Wildcats up by 6. Sorry, Connor, go ahead.
Just subbing in is Eli Chambly. Kind of main movement of the ball is Xavier Dumbo.
And I don't believe the Wildcats have subbed anyone in yet.
Not yet.
And
Remy
that
Williams there
is
with
a
the pass.
defensive rebound. The starting lineup for the Wildcats is a little bit different tonight. We have Jenkins, Stevens, Iatredes, and Mayhew.
Deep three.
Deep three.
Doesn't go.
A little bit short as CRL takes over.
Good drive.
Nice drive.
Finds the pass, but goes out of bounds.
That'll be out of bounds. Right. You know, interesting that we don't see Van Houten here out, you know, in the starting lineup. I mean, obviously, we probably expect him to come in later in the game, though.
You know, I don't know if I see Van Houten on the bench. Or maybe he's out there in a hoodie. He might be injured. I did not hear word of that. I think Van Houten is actually injured. I see him sitting next to Kazavinsky. Been injured this year.
You're right.
Awful for not picking up on that. But yeah.
Sorry, we don't get an injury report before games, so no. I don't know what more we could have done.
Charles Bonnie to the line playing another big man role. Call him out earlier. I mean, hits the first free throw. But a bit surprising to me is you've seen Cambridge take it to the paint a few times already.
Yeah, and they've been successful at it as well.
One thing is, Olivier Louis, I hope that's how you pronounce it. He found a drive and tried to get the ball over to Miller, or Chambly, sorry. And I kind of wish he just took that shot.
Right.
He was going in fast, kind of at an open lane, and I wish he got fouled.
Yeah, you know, we'll look for maybe that to change throughout the game. You know, I mean, it's when we're in the first 4 minutes, teams, you know, are still feeling each other out. You know, learning what works, what doesn't work.
Jenkins, out of his hands. They brought a double team up on the press on him.
Yeah, that's something we saw that Weston had trouble with last week, and so far they've had a little bit of trouble with it today. Hopefully they can resolve that throughout this game, because they need to really find a good press breaker, because that's something that's killed them throughout the season so far. CRL moving the ball around nicely, very similar to Boston Line, into the perimeter and into that man right inside the paint, right by Mayhew.
Travel call.
That'll be a travel called on CRL against Dunbar, and Weston will take over with a 4-point lead.
You see already really early on in this game, Cambridge is playing a press, just what I went over, and it looks like Weston's current response is let the big man take it out. You know they're not going to bring two in, because otherwise they can find an open guy.
Right.
And I mean, it didn't work last time.
Deep
shot.
by Mayhew.
I think he was on the line anyways, but a good hustle and rebound by Iatredes.
Is that a
finds Steffens.
Now, is that a rebound if it doesn't hit?
I think it still is. Okay. Finds Mayhew inside, puts it up, and gets the foul.
Gets the foul called, and players down.
I think Bonnie is down.
To be okay. Mayhew will go to the line.
That's a big shot from a big player there.
It's a big shot from a big player coming right down, you know, and you know, it's gonna hurt if you're trying to block, you know, take a charge or whatever it happens to be. So
Bonnie being the only listed center on this Cambridge team.
He's got a long night for him tonight with Mayhew coming into the paint. You know, that's just something that he's gotta deal with as Mayhew nails the first free throw.
But for him, it's tough because most of the teams you're playing, they're around your size. He's 6'5". That's a tall player.
Not only is Mayhew a tall player, but he's a very versatile player as well. Like, he doesn't, like, yes, he's a center, but he doesn't just rebound. He shoots. He just took a three. You know, I mean, obviously they trust him a lot on this team to drive and do a lot of the scoring for this team. So, you know, it's very interesting, and he's got his work cut out for him tonight. You know, I think that a lot of teams feel that way as well. As the three is taken, this one is no good. I mean, you know, Mayhew is just so much taller than everyone around him. You know, he goes up for the layup, right, and he's at full extension. But no one even around him went for it. No one even tried. As Jenkins, the ball around to Stevens, passes to Brinker, to Mayhew.
Looks like Mayhew's really trying to tempt him with that three-point shot. Though neither of them have gone so far, they kind of laid off him at first, and now they know to play up. Deep shot.
That
It
is good. Beautiful shot by number 22.
Yeah, Olivier Louis.
Yeah, he's had a good night so far tonight, and you know, CRL has kept a 3-point deficit right now, but they're looking very good as Jenkins gives it to the corner.
Stephens drives inside. It's a
Gives
deep
it
pass into
outside.
Branker.
Weston doing a lot of ball movement as inside with Mayhew. That is no good. He's been a little bit off tonight in terms of his shot. You know, in the past 2 jump shots, he's missed the net entirely.
Yeah, good defense there by Jeffrey White.
Good
the
defense
big body.
right there by Mayhew. Yeah.
Jeffrey White's gonna box you out. A lot of muscle
Nice
on him.
jump shot right there.
Rebound by Mayhew, puts
and
it
he'll
up.
be fouled. Go right back to the line.
Yeah, it's tough to play Mayhew.
Yeah,
He's
you know what? I
dominant.
think with Mayhew, it's one of those things. You know, and you know, there's gonna be times where you're just gonna foul him, and it's just something that you kind of have to. You have to make him shoot because you just can't let him get that easy shot. You know what I'm saying?
He's a pretty good free throw shooter. I've seen him miss
it's-
some, but
yeah.
probably around 80%.
Right, which is just difficult because either do you let him shoot, or do you take the foul and force him, right there to miss.
I think you gotta not let him get into the paint on you. You gotta keep him at least a little bit outside. He'll take a hook shot.
Don't let him get a rhythm, maybe.
Give him the fadeaway. Just don't let him dribble in. I know it's a tough shot to give away. It's still a good shot.
It feels
but
like with Mayhew, you're gonna give up points. You're just trying to kind of limit how many you're giving up.
the shot. Second shot is no good. White with the rebound.
Hero moving the ball around nicely.
By the White back outside. Deep three.
That is
one
no good.
doesn't go.
As
Shot is
that
good.
shot by Weston is good.
Evans, I think, with the deep
Beautiful
three.
three. He's a really good shooter, and his form, I would argue, is some of the best I've ever seen. His shot, his release is just it's really technical, and it's really good.
All off the hands of White. Finds Iatrees out and selects not to take the shot. Gets his own tip pass. Drive by Mayhew. Can't get his rebound. Looked like he was trying to get the foul
He was trying
on
to draw a foul, and it wasn't called, which is interesting. He usually gets those calls not because he's a well-revered player. I mean, he is, but because he's just so much bigger, and you just kind of expect him to kind of make.
Done by deep to Olivia Lou. Oh, I think a on-the-floor foul called before.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it was a shoot foul.
It was a shoot foul. Must have been. Just gonna. I mean, I think was it a 3 or is it a?
He was in 3-point range.
So
I think it is 3 shots from Olivier Lou.
Well, an interesting way to complete a 3-point play. Obviously, not one that is most common, but he nails the first shot here. As Weston up by 5 right now, but could be
could cut it back to a one-possession game.
Cut it back to a one-possession game.
Can't give up a foul on a
especially on a 3. Connor, what do you like from Weston so far, and what would you like them to change going into the second quarter?
I think the dominance, as Mayhew gets subbed out for Del Decado, I think the dominance in the paint from Mayhew has been really good for them.
Right.
But I also think you've had opportunity to take shots, and they're electing to try to get in the paint. I mean, yes, Mayhew is there a lot of the time.
As Louis misses his third of 3 shots, only making 1, which gotta be disappointing for him, but continue.
Yeah, but just like they've had open looks, and players just elect not to take them.
Jenkins drives.
Doesn't go.
Doesn't get it. As Hero moves the ball down the court.
Yeah, so good ball movement from Cambridge, but still, they're not finding players close enough to take shots. White drives to the hoop, gets the ball swatted. No,
he's not going to get the call.
Iatredes' good defense to swat that out. Remains Cambridge ball with just 15 seconds left. Shot clock. One substitute I missed is I think that's Santiago. Dante Santiago subbed in Cambridge out on that. White inside.
Shot is good. Beautiful shot right there.
Yeah, just a mid-range jumper. El Decado gave it to him. Wasn't expecting him to take it.
Yeah, wasn't
and he just
take
got
it or hit it.
Easy shot for him. El Decado over to Stefan. Finds Iatredes. Back to Del Decado.
Stephens.
Good ball movement, but a foul on the floor called. One interesting thing is, I don't know, I'm noticing this, is El Vaquero does kind of play that big man role on defense, but on offense, you see him out the perimeter.
Yeah, on offense, he seems to kind of shed that big role, essentially just become
Because
another shooter.
he can dribble, he can pass, and
Yeah,
Jenkins,
he's actually very, very good, in terms of ball
and
handling and
Jenkins,
stuff like
he can make a shot, but he elects to play the paint more. It's where he
that.
really got good
Beautiful.
post move.
Wow. If he had hit that, that would have been a beautiful shot right
But
there.
then, if you see on defense, Jenkins, he's one of the best defenders I've seen, probably one of the best on this team. You see him is able to play the perimeter against anybody, really. Deep shot,
Deep
Del
shot is
Vaquero.
up. Oh, he
goes!
hits it. Woohoo!
What
shot
a
right
way
there.
to end the first quarter.
Weston up by 6 as the first quarter ends. We'll take a short break and we'll be back for the second quarter. What was he?
We're back heading into the second quarter. A 6-point lead for Weston. A deep three to end the quarter to bring it to that 6.
You don't see many deep threes like that being taken on the Weston High School court by the Weston.
Yeah, especially at a center.
Especially by Del
Del
Vaquero,
Vaquero.
who is not, he's off the bench. He's not one of the starters. He's not one of the main shooters of the team. If you had to pick a person out of a hat, you had to pick a person on the team where you'd say, this guy made a deep three at the end of the first quarter. You'd be like, oh, that's Wyatt Stephens.
Yeah.
Like, there's no other person. And then you're like, well, it's not him. You're like, okay, was it Mayhew? Did he happen to hit one from deep? I mean,
and Houghton, if he was in the game,
Houghton,
I'd
if he's
say.
in the game. But, Del Vaquero with a beautiful ball right there. And you can see why he's getting minutes. He offers something to this team that maybe Mayhew can't offer.
Yeah, and Del Vaquero, you probably wasn't going to get that many minutes or earn his minutes.
At the beginning of the season.
At the beginning of the season, Mayhew was out, and Del Vaquero started and played a solid amount of the game.
Right,
only
and
subbing out for small ball,
right,
really.
and so it's very interesting what's happened now. Because it's almost as if Mayhew comes back, but Del Vaquero still has a huge role to play on this team.
Yeah, and I mean, they gave Del Vaquero that first start, Mayhew's first game back. Yes, I know it's about getting in rhythm, and I mean, that's still a bold move to do.
Right, and I mean, look, he's out here tonight. He played the second half of the first quarter, and I assume he'll play the second half of the second quarter as Mayhew subbed back into the game.
Actually, he's in right now.
Oh, he's in right now as well.
They subbed out Jenkins.
So this is an interesting. This is the first time we're seeing something like this, where Mayhew and Del Vaquero are on the floor.
Yeah,
very interesting.
I think offensively this could definitely work. I mean, both of them, as you've seen, can hit a shot.
I mean, they can.
And then both of them can play in the paint. I think one thing you worry about is Del Vaquero on the perimeter. I think he can defend it well. But right now they're double team in the center. I know they're waiting for White to come back close.
Right.
And I mean, Cambridge is also playing that too big. But you see there, White got an open shot.
Oh boy, as Del Vaquero
Nails
nails White in the head with the basketball. I think that's going to be Weston ball, though.
Yeah, they sub White out. But there, I mean, you got both players in the paint, and then White has an open shot. He doesn't make it, but it's still a really good shot.
Yeah, but he made it the last time, right?
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
If he feels like he's going to keep taking those shots, he's going to keep taking them until, he's made one. He's 1 for 2 already, so he obviously can hit it. It's just, kind of how many
Yeah, that's
times.
Olivier Louis, who's really been running that Cambridge offense, coming back in the game. White. Del Vaquero out to Ayatrides, shot.
No good.
No good.
Del rebound almost was able to be grabbed by Del Vaquero. That was a tough one right there as it bounces off his knee, I think, and it'll be a CRL ball.
Yeah, one thing you see there, I know we've mentioned in past games, is that Ayatrides to Del Vaquero connection.
I mean, that's something that we talked about extensively last game. These two guys are great friends off the court, and that chemistry is apparent on the court as well.
Doesn't go.
Doesn't get the foul called as well.
Oh, I think Stefan's held his.
Oh no, no, I don't. I'm not saying it should have. I'm just saying he doesn't get the. You know, like obviously he would.
Stefan's out to Iatredes. Oh, it's not. See, that's one of the spots, but
Mayhew
Mayhew
from deep
hates it.
swirls around the hoop for a little bit, but that ends up going in. Gives the Wildcats a 9-point lead, and that's the kind of dangerous situation that CRL can get themselves
yeah,
into.
I was about to say, I wish Iatredes took that shot. It was open, but he finds the open man.
Yeah, that's the thing that Weston does. They're a very unselfish team. They're always going to find that next pass, right? They're always looking for, you know, a better shot.
And also, on that play, you had Bonnie kind of lagging off of Mayhew a little bit. It's like, well, he's missed 2 so far, but that time he hit it, and now you can't lag off. I mean,
so,
he elects to take another one. He's really trying to get in his rhythm from 3, and he's hit one.
Right, and so, you know, that's the dangerous thing, I think, if you're CRL. You have 2 big men on the court for Weston who both can shoot from the perimeter. It gets to be a very difficult game because now you have a big man on the perimeter. It's difficult to guard.
Open shot for Bonnie there in the paint. Someone got lost and didn't pick up their man. Good passing from Cambridge.
CRL's hanging around. You know what? Weston's putting up points, but CRL's hanging around. They're just on that, you know, that cusp of you know, the deficit. And they're slowly working it back at times as they're playing good defense, and you know they know they're going to give up points as Mayhew gets his rebound again, almost 2 times in a row, unable to get it. But you would like to see him put that in on his first, you know, when he first got it back. That's kind of one of the things that.
Deep 3, Olivier Louis
hits it, and is that gonna?
The Weston timeout was called. I think Jenkins looks like he's coming back.
Beautiful shot by Olivier Louis. He is obviously, at least in my opinion, probably the star player for CRL tonight, and he's had a stellar game, really moving around the court, hitting the shots when he need to. You know, he got called for that 3-point foul. He's really making an impact on this game for CRL, and it's why the game is 20-16 instead of maybe 20-10.
Yeah, and one thing you were mentioning on that Mayhew drive, he gets his own rebound. You were saying you'd look for him to make the second shot. I'm saying you got 4 people on you trying to jump at you. Find the open man outside. That's resulting in a good.
That's true. I guess maybe what I meant was if you're gonna elect to take that shot,
you gotta make it. And the second shot, the first one was a bit questionable. That second shot was a good shot.
It was a good shot, I thought too. But you know, when you're that far away from the hoop, and by far away I mean you're like a foot away, and you're that tall, like you want to put that one in, or you want to find the open man, as you said.
I've seen Sawyer barely jump and dunk them.
This is true. I would love to see a poster tonight from him. That would be. Look, folks, we're inside a supply closet, but I'll tell you what, I would get so loud if Sawyer posterized someone tonight. That,
and I mean,
a small dream of mine.
If it happens in the second or fourth quarter, it's happening right in front of us.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I don't know if SportsCenter top 10. No, I don't know. Probably have to send it to them if it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, look, with this great quality and with us announcing, you know, how could they not accept it, you know? How could they not put it on there? Anyways, out of the timeout, Weston with the ball.
Good pass by Mayhew. Finds Brinker wide open. The shot doesn't go. What a pass by you, big man. Love to see.
As Del DeChetto, I believe, was subbed out of the game for Jenkins.
And then,
but it looks like Weston's probably going to have Del DeChetto probably come back in for Mayhew at some point. That's going to be a foul on Mayhew on the shot. 2 points.
Good job jumping into him, Williams.
Yeah, I mean, look, CRL's got some good players who really have played really well tonight so far. I mean, this game is close really because of some individual efforts on CRL, and they're playing a great game against Weston.
This one doesn't go. Second one could bring it to a one-possession game.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that CRL has probably most lacked early on in this game.
I think they've only hit like 2 from probably 7 or 8.
Yeah, and that's a problem when you're playing Weston, because you're gonna get those free shots.
Gotta make
them. Banks that one in off the backboard, but you just gotta think. You gotta start making those.
Weston bringing up the court. That 2 big man action. Mayhew and Jenkins both bringing it out.
It's definitely original, you know. You would never see like Dwight Howard bringing up the ball.
I mean, it's
although he did the other day, so I guess, you know, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Open shot for Iatredes. Doesn't
that
go.
No good.
Rebound. Jenkins fighting for it, but
takes a hard fall. Looks to be okay. As TRL
lost.
unable to connect.
Miller would have had an open shot
Boy,
if he just
Jenkins
lost
is
this
okay,
game.
but man, that was a big fall right there.
Yeah, huge rebound from Bonnie. Jenkins just wanted to rip it out, use his physicality. Bonnie said
Yeah,
no.
that usually Jenkins is gonna get that ball if he's gonna be that physical, but Bonnie just said no. He said that's my ball. And
Anchor to Mayhew, inside to Jenkins.
Jenkins makes a nice move. He's got
Getting
2
double
men on
teamed.
him. Moves it outside.
Mayhew inside.
Mayhew inside.
Finds the open man, Steffens. It's it. Steffens not missing that.
Nah, he's not missing that. You give
Iatredes to Steffens.
Look, I think it's one of those things where if you give Steffens the opportunity right off the ball, a catch.
Oh my goodness, what a
beautiful
block.
block right there. That right there is such good technique, right? That was all ball, not even a question of whether it was a foul, because it wasn't. That right there is what Mayhew can bring to this team that is extremely unique in high school ball.
Steffens again.
Deep.
That time
That
he
one's
doesn't
no
hit
good. Rebound by Mayhew.
Blocked by
Blocked.
Bonnie. Back. You see that back and forth block? Those guys are fighting in the paint. Got up, I think the foul.
It'll be
on
on
the floor.
Yeah.
But
boy, what a sequence right there. The
I mean-
last 2-3 possessions, Connor.
I mean, Bonnie had an open cut lane again, but that time Mayhew was ready. He wasn't letting him get the free layup again. And then back to the other side, Bonnie's like, I need my revenge.
Bonnie's like, look, I can do the same thing you can do. And that's a matchup we're going to be watching all night. But how about that catch and release from Steffens? Just able to catch it and just go
fast.
right to the shot. Beautiful shot. That puts Weston up by 6.
Bad pass, but I think a foul was called beforehand. Another inbound. Got a technical called. The ref was facing away from me. He was probably putting the number up.
Yeah, he was putting the number up.
Raise hands.
I think
moves,
it's
kinda
an
look-
inbound. So
Yes.
there's 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first half. And Connor, this is one of the most entertaining games of high school basketball I've seen in a while. Very competitive. Both teams have
Very
had
physical.
very physical.
Deep three.
Especially with COVID, you would have expected these games to be almost less physical, but they're certainly not, Connor. These teams are playing all
Iatredes
out.
out to Jenkins. Finds Mayhew inside.
And he
Drives
drives
in and gets it.
beautiful, right-handed on the left side, gets the roll.
And you saw Bonnie didn't even want to go up because he knew it. And that kind of shot, you're probably getting a foul
You're
there.
probably
You don't want
gonna
to
get
give that up.
foul or goaltending or something. And that's just great.
Out to
technique.
Miller, open, decides to drive, puts a floater up,
Yeah, see,
doesn't go,
I
Mayhew
feel
with
like-
the rebound.
I feel like
An almost amazing attempt.
I
it
feel like
ends
if
in
you're
a.
Miller right there, beautiful.
Steffens ain't
three.
missing that.
I mean, he's just so good. But I feel like if you're Miller right there and you have an opportunity in the corner, I feel like you just take that shot.
Yeah, he did miss like the last shot. He took that same shot and missed it. Maybe he wasn't feeling confident, but I think you gotta take that.
But
Olivia
I feel-
Louis doesn't go.
I feel like you
Rebound
gotta be
Mayhew.
less confident in taking a floater though, almost. Like,
Anchor
Brinker
fast drive.
doesn't get
blocked.
yeah. I mean, he's been an impact player, although he's not scored. He's played a great game so far. As Mayhew racking up the rebounds so far tonight.
Iatredes cannot.
That one
find
no
Steffens.
good. That will be TRL ball. But
Finally slowing
just
down.
as we know it, Weston's up by 11 points.
Yeah, it's really, really quick basketball. I think if you're Cambridge, you have to slow it down. Get a bucket.
You have to. That's one of the.
Get back on defense. They've had a
Right.
couple easy transition buckets of 3 to
That's
Steffens.
one of the biggest thing. I think if you let Weston get you into that mindset of
Ooh, Olivier Louis cutting
Olivier
it to
Louis
8.
is keeping his team in the game right now. I don't know how many points he has. He has over 10 points though. I know that for sure.
Jenkins to Steffens. Iatredes open. Elects not to take it. Back to Steffens. Passing back and forth for those two.
They're working it, but they got to get some movement down in the paint. Iatredes
Finding
finds
Jenkins inside. Back to Iatredes. Scott doesn't elect to take it. That time Jenkins finds Mayhew. Easy
It's a-
mid-range. Easy mid-range for Mayhew.
I mean,
Can't lean off them.
I mean, CRL almost played perfect defense that entire time.
I mean, it's like you find Mayhew inside. You want to go contest it. He can drive by you and just
Right.
lay it up easy.
You
want to
wanna let him on
hold
the
the
perimeter.
paint.
Right, he's gonna take
He's taking a shot.
He's taking a 3-pointer, and you're gonna play kind of that play in between that. He's just gonna take a mid-range 2 and knock it right down. Almost as if sometimes there's just nothing you can do.
I mean, that defense was good. A lot of teams elect to play a zone. Deep 3, Olivier Louis. That time doesn't go. Now Mayhew. I think he gets fouled.
Yeah,
though.
you got fouled.
But a lot of teams like to go to kind of a zone to try to handle those big men who are really physical in the paint and can also play the outside. And we're just playing much more man. I mean, they already played once. Weston won. I watched a bit of the game. I didn't see the whole thing. I don't know. I think they played mostly man that whole time as well.
Right. I mean, I don't know what
Wanker, open
record.
shot.
Ooh,
Doesn't go.
that looked like it was going to be good. I feel like if he gets a couple baskets, he's going to
Into Bonnie. And one.
That's a surprise right there. I didn't know he was going to get. I didn't think he could have got the call there. It didn't look like there was much contact.
I think it was because Jenkins went up, and if you go up and a body
if you
touches.
go up and this is true. 43 seconds left. Weston's up by 8. A lot to love from Weston, in the first half tonight. I mean, they put up 30 points, which is a pretty good amount for them in the first half, Connor.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things about Weston where they start really strong again here tonight, but they have to finish strong. Like what they did on Tuesday, they're able to play a full, 32 minutes. Tonight, last Friday against Boston Lion, they played a great 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and then the last, 7 to 10 minutes, they really lost the game. Tonight, we need another full 32 minutes from them to win this game.
Giving Jenkins the wide open shot. This time he takes it. Doesn't go. I wish he took it before. He had a dribble too, but he elects to just get a pass back.
He elects to take it in the corner.
Right inside, gets blocked, but a foul is called. That was almost 3 guys trying to.
Yeah, hey, look, a lot of props for him. I mean, to drive on Mayhew is not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, a lot of good things you're seeing from Cambridge, I think, is good play on Mayhew. Bonnie good on defense. White's able to kind of keep him in check on offense, bringing out a drive as also a mid-range. Last shot here. Taylor driving back out. Olivier Louis doesn't go, but that kind of center battle. And Cambridge is doing good. I mean, Mayhew.
Look, they're holding their own. They've kept it a 7-point game, where at times it's looked like Weston, if they scored a couple more baskets, could run away with it.
I mean, Mayhew's closing on 20. but it's been pretty good offensively for them.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to hit the shots if I'm Cambridge.
And you got to make your free throws. That's one of the biggest things that the coach is probably going to tell them. Going into the locker room, guys, you make 3 more free throws. This is a 4-point game.
If you're Cambridge, you can't let Steffens tee up. He was hitting a few.
You have to contest those shots with him, which is difficult, I know, but giving him an open 3 is almost as like putting 3 points on the board 2/3 of the time for Weston.
And then lastly, someone needs to help Olivier Louis for hitting shots.
Get this man some help, okay?
He's finding open men, and the whole team's finding open men. He's the only one that can hit a 3 so far for this Cambridge side. If Cambridge can start shooting
better than they are now,
this will be a close game.
This will be a close and a competitive game. We've seen a lot of physicality early on here tonight. It's really a test of Weston's kind of hanging on to the lead right now. They're playing well, but it feels as if Cambridge starts playing a little bit better, that could change very quickly.
And that's one thing I think I've seen from this Weston team is whoever wins, it's quarter to quarter. It's usually not. I haven't seen too many that are back and forth. I know the Bolak game kind of got out of hand towards the end, at least in terms of Weston just giving up a few steals and everything towards the end. It's you win some quarters and you lose some. It's not. I haven't seen a 6-point kind of plus lead for a team into a quarter, and I think if Cambridge needs to come out hot and they need to get a lead early, and then holding on to that, it kind of boots Weston, I think, in a way. They haven't been able to kind of. I haven't seen them too much be on that kind of comeback. It's usually keep it close and take a decent lead.
The one thing that Cambridge has done that is better than what Boston Latin did is, even though Boston Latin ended up winning that game, Cambridge has not allowed that many free throws for Weston tonight. They've kept it very clean on their end in terms of fouls. I think that's the thing that's really rewarded them tonight.
Like the same starting lineup
Yeah, surprised we didn't see more Del Decado at the end of that half. Although I guess
He did play the beginning.
he did play the beginning of that second quarter.
Not the same lineup out here for Cambridge. They're having White play that double center lineup, really doing all they can to contain Mayhew, and it's worked. Mayhew outside. Kind of miscommunication from Weston. Good dribble to keep it alive from
right on the
Tree.
baseline.
Finds Stephens deep.
In and
Almost
out.
goes. Rebound. Weston finds Mayhew. Takes the mid-range. Doesn't go again, but another rebound for
Beautiful.
Weston. A long possession and the steal, but still goes Weston way. Another rebound for Weston and the put in.
Hey, we put out 4 shots and got 2 points, but CRL, I mean, you got to rebound there.
Gotta get the what you
gotta
have
get
a
it.
2 big man lineup just for this specific reason. Good pass by White. That's blocked. White again blocked.
Oh my goodness.
That one was a foul though.
Oh my.
White going to line. Mayhew's just swatting him.
That's insane right there. Insane.
But as I was saying, you brought out this 2 center lineup for a reason.
You brought it out.
You got one of you has to just committed to boxing out Mayhew / Jenkins, and the other has to beat Jenkins for the rebound.
You gotta get a rebound there. You can't let Weston get 4 shots, because if they're taking 4 shots, they're gonna
making
make
one of them.
You know, I mean, man, if you're CRL, you just gotta be, you know, really frustrated on that possession. As you had a rebound, you had a miss, then you had another, and then another.
Doesn't go Cambridge.
Yeah, that's, again, you know, we're talking about free throws here. That's huge. I mean, you're giving the ball back to Weston, and you had a good possession. You got the foul.
Mayhew on the drive gets the ball stolen, puts it up, but a travel called beforehand on his drive. Cambridge with a chance to cut this possession.
Yeah, they need to start doing some work, because this game is going to go by, this third quarter could go by very quickly if they don't start putting up some shots.
But one thing I've seen, I don't think I've seen Olivier Louis touch the ball this entire quarter, and he was running your offense before.
Yeah, that's a good thing for Weston.
Miller with the drive, finds Bonnie inside, decides to go back out to Dumba.
Mayhew is, though.
Miller again drives, tries to get it to Bonnie.
By Mayhew
Mayhew tips it out.
You know, he is, like, I mean, the center for CRL, I mean, this kid's probably like 6'2", 6'5". Mayhew just towers over him. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah, I mean, they were looking for that cut the first time they got it, but
White with the deep 3.
That one doesn't go. That was a close shot.
I like that shot though from White. That's gonna be
I think a timeout by Weston. Don't want Jenkins to be running around on the floor with the ball. Try to get the reset
you know,
in.
he's gonna try to fight for the ball all he can. So you might want to timeout there is a good thing. You know, he
don't want the jump ball call.
Yeah, especially when it's going to CRL.
But yeah, it looks like that inside to Bonnie get the cut behind looked for a couple buckets, and they looked for it twice. And the second time, Mayhew's like, "You're not doing that again."
He's a smart player.
You did it to me 10 seconds ago.
He's gonna recognize the patterns, right? He's gonna recognize what they're doing and what they're doing over and over again. So,
but like, they went around the globe basically for Cambridge, and then Olivier
look, we
didn't touch it.
We talk about the first minute and a half here of the third quarter. It's been a story of Weston putting up like 4 shots in a row, and hitting one of them, and then
Cambridge puts up 3
and hits none. You know, missing free throws. I mean, stuff that we've talked about, stuff that I feel like, you know, we're belaboring the point, but it's really a difference between a close game, what we have now, and a blowout, essentially. You know, it's a very fine line we're treading right now.
Yeah, if either of these teams are hitting everything,
right,
one of them would take control of this.
Right.
Now a very press defense coming in from Cambridge, looking to switch it up in this third quarter. Jenkins wide open, yeah.
Wow.
Just take the shot. Come on,
I'd take it, man. I mean, Alton's such a good player. I would love to see him have the confidence.
I mean, I've seen him hit threes.
Yeah, you know,
Stephens to Jenkins,
they're
out
gonna give
to
you that.
Treaties, back to Jenkins. Takes the midi this time. That one doesn't go.
Yeah, see, I'd love him to take that 3-pointer.
I mean, also, when someone's giving you that much room...
Coach can't be mad at you for taking that shot.
But also, you can dribble a couple. If you're more comfortable with the mid-range, you took a mid-range there. You can dribble a couple. Or even take a full drive. He's right under the basket.
Yeah.
You can drive by him. I just wish he did something with that ball instead of looking for the pass. He had a dribble. Foul called on Mayhew. He's racking up those fouls. I'd be worried to see. They are bringing Del Decado, looks like, in for Mayhew. Just because he's got a couple fouls up there. You don't want him to foul out of the game.
You can't have him foul out because you don't want to be just left with Del Decado. Not that he's not capable, but you want to have the option.
Mayhew's been so dominant this game. You want to go with what's working.
Exactly. As CRL...
I mean, if Del Decado can hit threes like he was before...
That is... He didn't even hit the rim. He airballed it.
It looks like they're calling it back because a player stepped over.
Yeah, he missed. He flat out missed it.
You saw him miss it and then look right at the ref and point out, like, Jenkins stepped over. And the ref called it.
I mean, look, that's a call, but he flat out missed that free throw. You know, that wasn't even close.
Now he gets a second chance. This time he doesn't hit it again.
Wow.
Again, that free throw shooting, you've mentioned it multiple times. This would be probably a lead for Cambridge if they hit all their free throws.
It would at least be a tie game. It would at least be a tie game. It'd be a tie game, a 1-point game either way.
Anchor.
This is, you know...
Del Decado finds Jenkins.
I'll tell you what, whoever wins this game, I can guarantee the CRL coach tomorrow in practice...
Iatredes jumper doesn't go. Del Decado there.
Beautiful.
Puts it close.
Beautiful.
Gets another rebound, gets the ball lost. Jenkins holds it. Gets it stolen. Goes out. I think that should be Weston ball. It is.
Yeah, it is.
Fighting for the ball.
Great
Good job by Jenkins and Del Decado inside.
You know, but as I was saying, the CRL coach tomorrow, he's gonna have a one of those like racks of balls right next to the free throw line, and you're not leaving until you hit 10 in a row.
And then the rest of the team got to fight for a rebound on it.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's really what's separating this game.
Jenkins, Del Decado, back to Jenkins, loses the ball, but Brinker saves it.
Beautiful saving, and that's to Del Decado. They're great friends.
Good dribbling by Del Decado, gets it to Stephens. Shot doesn't
go.
Oh,
almost, man. You think he's gonna get that roll?
Yeah, great hustle play by Brinker. Good passing and ball with Del Decado.
That one's gonna go out of bounds.
Tipped out of bounds by good play by Iatredes on the defensive end. Don't give him the open shot. Cambridge hasn't been amazing on having set plays off these
scored
inbounds.
In 3 minutes since the start of the first half. They haven't, or start of the second half. They haven't scored as a
now the coach decides to take a timeout. He's like, "What we're doing isn't working."
It is working if they hit their free throws.
I want to see him let Olivier Louis. I mean, I haven't seen much of this ERL team throughout the year. But what I've seen tonight, he's your guy that's hitting every shot.
He's the guy who is making plays in the first half. He has probably most of the points here tonight. And just to be in a position where you haven't scored, give the man who's scoring the ball.
But also, Weston is taking a lot of shots, and they're not scoring that much.
They're not. No, their percentage from beyond the arc and mid-range.
Even just in general, this quarter, they've missed probably 90% of their shots.
They've only hit one. They've hit.
And Cambridge has to take advantage of that. If you want to get back in this game, and Weston
both teams right now are not playing great offensively. No. CRL's getting the ball. They're getting the ball. They're right there. They get to the free throw line, then they miss their shots.
I think Cambridge has been playing a lot better defensively. I know it looks better with, I think, Mayhew out of the game, considering really have to play the perimeter more. But like a few steals there, like a block on Mayhew earlier. But
three here.
Three there. What did I say?
And
Olivier Louis.
Who has the ball? Give this man the ball, right? You got the hot hand. Let him take the shot, right? I mean, if a dude's putting up 30 points in the quarter like Klay Thompson did, like Steph's not saying, "Oh, let me shoot the ball." Like, no, put it in the hands of the guy who's
Anchor. Stephens finds Jenkins.
Jenkins looking around. Wish he would drive.
Iatredes.
To Stephens. Great man-to-man defense. To Stephens.
Mid-ranger doesn't go.
Doesn't go. Great man-to-man right there.
Yeah, defensively they look better against this lineup.
The second time around.
I am very interested. Great move by White. Can't get his own rebound now, but foul called.
That was
against Del Decado, I guess.
Wow.
or it was
Yeah,
just out
I
of
think
bounds.
it went off his hands. I think because
I thought he called a foul beforehand, though.
I thought it was going to be a foul against Zero, but he goes down with the ball and loses
But
control
I am
of it.
surprised after Mayhew went out, Image elected not to take out their 2-center lineup. That time they got to the line again.
We'll see if White can hit the free throw here. The 2.
I mean, White and Bonnie are both getting to the line. They're just not hitting them.
Yeah, but
But I thought Image would have elected, well, we got to keep these guys ready for Mayhew.
we got to keep them ready. We got to keep them rested, and we got to make sure they're not fouled out.
I know Chambly came in the game
As White
earlier.
hits the first free throw.
And a couple people have subbed in. Santiago subbed in, but they're just electing not to. So,
Yeah.
And then it is surprising to me. But recently, defensively, it's been working. So that could be the reason not to take it out. It's just that
Yeah,
you're not getting shots.
Exactly.
It is a 5-point game. They finally hit a free
Wow,
throw.
he hits both of them this time as well. 4-point game in Connor. That's what I was talking about.
I mean, if you told me to watch this quarter, I would think Weston would have won it by like 8 or 9, but they missed everything. And Cambridge is right back into us. Mid-ranger from Jenkins doesn't go, gets his own board, puts it up inside, gets fouled to the line.
That was a bad-looking shot right there. It looks like it hit off the side of the backboard.
Yeah, but he got his arm pulled down. He gets to the
True.
line, I believe. No, that was an on-the-floor foul beforehand.
Looks
I think
like
it would have been a
just bad shot then.
I think it would have been a foul either way. I think the on-the-floor happened early.
Maybe.
Jenkins, they're just
God, I wish you
completely
would
sagging
take it.
off of it.
Yeah.
It's
At least make him guard you. I know it's tough, but you gotta make him guard you.
Oh,
Beautiful,
wow.
wow.
What a move. Makes a man fall
He
even.
gets this, he gets
That's where you...
gets the roll as well.
Austin Jenkins is undersized to both these centers. And being that, he's a pretty quick guy. He's able to just, like,
and he
spin the ball around easy.
If he is determined to get to that basket, he's gonna get to that basket one way or another. Like,
Umba takes the mid-range. Almost goes. Good defense by
yeah, not a
Treaties.
great shot though. I mean, that, goes off high off the backboard right there. It's not.
Steffens to Jenkins. Throwing the ball around. Finds Jenkins inside.
Oh boy.
Good move. And
And
one.
Count it. Jenkins goes to the line right there. Beautiful, beautiful move
I think
on
you
the
gotta.
past 2 possessions.
I think you gotta say you gotta get rid of this 2-center lineup. It looks like they I think White's coming out.
Wow.
It's just that Del Decato's smaller and Del Decato plays on the perimeter. But you can't have 2 guys play the paint, obviously.
Jenkins is heating up though. I mean,
And that
he's
gives
coming
you,
right.
yeah.
He's coming right to your house, and he's knocking on the door. And he says, "I'm here, whether you like it or not." He has hit, both those last shots and unable to complete the 3-point play there, but 2 great.
Yeah, so I think
great
that's
shots
Williams back in the game. Williams did hit a couple shots earlier, and now he drives, finds.
Wow.
I mean, Miller with the putback.
Good putback, but you'd like to see them get that first layup.
Yeah, Bonnie had the open shot. Decent defense, but I don't think enough to stop anything. Treaties, Wanker, Del Decato to Jenkins. Steffens. Back to Del Decato.
Back to Jenkins.
What can Jenkins
In the
do this
paint.
time?
Drives. It's gonna be.
Travel call?
I'm not sure. I think it's a foul. Jenkins is coming out anyways. It's gonna be a team foul on the floor. Or sorry, it's gonna be a foul on the floor by CRL, giving Weston the ball as Jenkins checks out. I believe
Israel Osageti coming in the game.
Yeah, first time him coming into the game tonight. Let's see if he can make
I
a
saw him
difference.
coming earlier. Del Decato with the drive and the foul.
That's a foul. He had a chance to get that.
Oh, I
in.
think
They're gonna.
was that offensive? That was an offensive charge.
Wow, that's a big call.
I mean, he did knee someone in the chest.
I mean, yes, he did run right into someone outside of the restricted zone. Is there a restricted zone? I don't think there is. Maybe there isn't.
I'm interested to see what Osageti is able to do here. Drive in Miller with the floater.
Beautiful teardrop floater right there. That's a beautiful shot right there. Great technique.
But I saw Osageti coming, I think first or second game of the season that we did. I think the first game that we did in the season, really early on this game. This was, of course, without Mayhew, so they're having another body on there. It's interesting to see what he'll do. He wasn't in the game for very much.
Yeah, and
he's in the paint. Go past to him. Steffens dribbling.
Well, not something you see him do. He's gonna get.
I thought he'd get fouled. Good board
Really?
and the foul.
I would think he gets that foul called right there. The way he went back.
Yeah, but I mean, this is why they brought Osagedi, and he gets that board and holds
Yeah,
it.
I mean, hey, you're hungry to play.
Going to the line.
You know, he's a junior. Doesn't get much playing time. Looking to make an impact here tonight.
Yeah, you want to get more playing time. You hit both these free throws. You know.
Yeah.
So far this
Nails
game.
the first one.
So far this game, you haven't seen either team make it. I think he missed that actually. It rolled out.
Did he?
Yeah. You haven't seen either team hit too many.
Yeah, from the free throw line.
Jenkins just missed one. It's been tough from that spot of the field. This time he hits it. Osagedi comes in and plays good defense, gets a rebound and gets a point.
Rebound and a point on the board.
Double team this time. A lot of double teams. Ends up getting the ball lost.
Almost got the steal right there.
Tips off of Steffens.
That was a really, really nice looking play setting up for
Yeah,
Weston.
you see Jenkins is just, sorry. Osagedi kind of just ran around to 2 people. Branko runs around to like 3 people during that play. Olivier Louis doesn't get doubled. It allows good movement for Cambridge. Inside, shot goes up. Williams doesn't go. Board this time.
Gonna go down the other.
Goes to Weston. Fight for the board between Williams and Osagedi.
Just over a minute left here in the third quarter.
Very press. From Cambridge. There's usually a sign for a lot of these teams of desperation towards the end of the game, but I mean it's worked. The thing with this press is one of these times Steffens or someone's going to be wide spanking open somewhere, and he's going to hit it, and they're going to be like, maybe we should press.
Here, at the bottom of the court, we saw Osagedi. Oh, wow.
And there's the open shot.
There you go. Oh,
Doesn't hit it, but that's what I'm talking about. That's causing press. This on Steffens. He's not missing that.
It's good.
He's not missing that. Why
He's not missing that.
But that's someplace where, like, if they get by you 3 guys press, they're going to have a 3v2.
That's a bad foul right there by Steffens. He really didn't need to do that much on that one. And that is on.
It's against Olivier Louis.
Olivier Louis, who's had again, his name's come up a lot tonight mentioning.
Yeah, another guy taking the inbound here is Troy Miller. He hit the floater. He's hit a couple shots. He tried to bring him back in this game.
Earlier on in this game, he looked a little unconfident when he had that on.
Williams inside. Good
beautiful
move.
Shot, but when,
right over Deldequetta.
Yeah, when Miller had the ball in the corner and elected to drive and take that floater. We now see why he did that after he just nailed that floater.
I thought that could have potentially be caught for an aqua violation. Now they're kind of fighting. Miller inside, gets fouled, and one.
Count it.
That was a bad foul. He just swatted his hands.
You don't need to do that.
Bucket.
You don't need to do
That's
that.
where the press came in. They trapped Iatridis. If he didn't get that pass off, that's an
This
8-second
last
violation.
Minute and a half of this quarter, Connor, has been action-packed.
Completely.
We have about 1 possession remaining.
And Cambridge hit a free throw.
And Cambridge hit a free throw. They
could bring it to a 3-point game. I would not have expected to say that. Doesn't hit it. Yeah, that's something you got to work on if you're Cambridge.
That's a huge shot right there as well.
Banker, Steffens wide open. That's that press.
Ooh.
He missed it this time, but still, that's that press defense. Foul against Steffens on the rebound. I think he just play on that.
Yeah, I don't like that call. It looked like he
I mean, that is Bonnie going to the free throw line. I don't think he's hit.
And they're in the bonus right now.
I don't know if Bonnie's hit one this. Well, maybe he had that one where he hit both. But a lot of misses from him at the free throw line. 2 quick fouls. Steffens, they're like, yeah, you can't get him out of that game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if for me, with 12 seconds left, you're probably going to be shooting a 3 if you're taking Steffens out maybe with 12 seconds.
That's Michael McLaughlin coming in the game. I don't think I've seen his name once, but
they'll give him 1 possession, I guess.
I mean, usually that would be like Branko coming in the game, but with Van Houten out, you see Weston really trying a lot of different things.
They're using
Van Houten plays almost every minute of every game.
Yeah,
it's a big loss for them.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
but
it's a huge loss.
They do have the lead.
It's
free
one
throw doesn't go.
But gosh, had an opportunity right there. Had it to a 1-point game on the last.
Deldequetta finds Osagedi inside. Elects to throw it out. Branko puts it up. I wish he just took the shot inside.
Shot. Right into the hoop. Just go reverse layup. Doesn't go.
Tougher than it looks, Michael.
Hey, look, I'm just a tennis player calling a basketball game. That's all I am. Connor, it is a 3-point game. Can Weston finish strong and secure the victory?
I mean, one guy I see here who has not played in a while, who really got Weston have that lead, Sawyer Mayhew. And
Yep.
yes, he can come in. He can be dominant. He can put up 15 in this fourth quarter. Or, as we saw last week against Bullet, he could get completely shut out.
He could get
And
shut out and completely disappear.
I'm expecting him to play. He has maybe 4 fouls. So two more,
You gotta
three
be
more,
careful.
he could foul out.
You gotta be careful.
But, I mean, he has to come in this game. He has to make an impact, or they could choke another game away.
Zero hasn't had a lead all game. It's been all Weston. Weston has had the lead the whole game.
It hasn't been one possession for a good few quarters now.
It hasn't been a one possession since pretty much like the first couple minutes, I believe. And gosh, I mean, just think if CRL were hitting their free throws tonight, the game would be a lot different. You know, I mean, if CRL was hitting their free throws, they would be up by like 7, 8 points.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, coach is gonna be angry if they lose. This
He's
game.
angry now. I mean, you can tell him
like,
that.
You cannot miss 90% of your free throws. That's just.
No, you gotta be hitting. You gotta be 60, 70% from the line.
I mean, even 50. You're
We're
at a
not
lead.
at 50. We're at 30. We're at 30% from the line right now.
And usually, yes. I know you see the pros. Most of them hit it from like over 80%, close to that. But even in high school, you should be 50%.
It's the same shot. It's the exact same shot in high school as it is in the pros.
I mean, for big men, I can see like those guys aren't used to getting the line shooting the ball. I mean, of course, famously Shaquille O'Neal, but for everyone else on the team,
I mean,
you've missed about 10 yourself.
You know, I mean, Shaq obviously, when he needed to make the big free throw, he could, but when it counted in terms of not in terms of the outcome of the game, but more in terms of the outcome of the line, Shaq got a little bit nervous, and you know, there's obviously quite a bit of debate, you know, ongoing whether Shaq missed those free throws on purpose to try to keep the line, you know, obviously.
I mean, but even then,
hey, maybe
O'Neal, his whole career is like under 50% free throw shooter. Like he's had a tough time from it.
He hit 1 3 in his career too. It's insane. I don't know how many he took, but wasn't very many, I don't think. But he hit, yeah.
Probably like 5.
Probably like 5.
All of them joke shots towards the end of his career.
Yeah. 8 minutes left to play. Weston up by 1.
Dumber taking the ball up.
Look, is CRL already in the boat?
They are already in the boat.
That's big.
Olivier Louis finds Williams.
Assuming they hit their free throws.
Olivier Louis, mid-range, doesn't go.
He's made that a lot tonight, though, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, he's taking that shot 10 times out of 10. He's making it 7 times out of 10. Stefan's driving side.
Oh,
an interesting looking pass. Interesting looking pass. Like hook shot over back towards.
It looked like we had a sky hook pass going to Mayhew there.
And then I think Olivier Louis tipped that out. Maybe Williams. Branca, Iatreides finds Mayhew inside. See what Mayhew can do here. Really working Bonnie.
Spinning around a couple times.
But really couldn't find his opening.
Jenkins with the ball with an open shot. Oh man.
Takes the midi. I thought that. Oh, he made it.
Just Jenkins.
See, now you're like, he hit a 3 earlier, and no, he doesn't take him. He hit one. Now he hit the mid-range.
He knows what he's doing, though. He knows what he wants to do. Like if he wants.
He knows what shot he's gonna take. You see him, if you gotta press off him that much, he's gonna take a shot, or he's gonna drive hard. I really think you can't. Bonnie inside.
He's gonna travel. Wow.
Okay, that's something interesting. Bonnie earlier in this game would go up and potentially get the foul called from Mayhew or get a bucket. I know he got blocked once, but that time he elects not to. And I think you go up. If you can get Mayhew on 4 or 5 fouls,
this is the time.
They gotta sub him out.
This is the time to, you know.
White comes back in the game. He's had a good game.
Drives.
Good post move.
Wow.
Rebound Mayhew. Oh, 4 guys on him and gets the ball stripped. I'd like to see him just chuck it behind him. Hope someone's down there. Olivier Louis gets the foul call? That's the foul call. Wow. Really good move drawing that.
He's going
to the line. A second time. You don't need to see him barely once. Yeah. Second time he has a 3-point play at the line.
That's something, I mean, very rarely you see it, maybe once a game if you're lucky. This is the second time tonight that we've seen it. He was 1 for 3 the first time in a 5-point game. You got to knock down all 3 of these shots. First one is good.
I mean, he started shooting better as this game's gone on and on.
He's been the star player for CRL. If they win this game, it's on him. Louis with the second shot.
One doesn't go. Dude, this brings it to a one-possession game.
A huge
Gotta
free
hit
throw.
this shot.
We've been talking about this all night.
And on the other side, I don't know, this is something I've noticed. I think Weston's relying on Mayhew too. Because Cambridge is playing to not let Mayhew shoot. You gotta find another, almost a good rebound for Williams. Doesn't go. Jenkins throws it into Olivier.
Weird looking sequence there, but...
I mean, really good job by Louis not letting that bounce off out of
Yeah,
bounds.
but he missed the free throw. Can't forget about that.
Williams back out to Miller. He's got a couple. This time takes another floater, and it goes.
Okay, you know what? I'll take back what I said about Miller taking the floater earlier on.
He made the last.
He's made the last two, so obviously he knows what game he's trying to play.
Dribbling up the court. Good defense by Miller. Finds Mayhew open. Elects not to take it. Passes over to Steffens. Steffens, Banker, Jenkins, into Mayhew. Can he get anything? Decides to fade it. Doesn't go. I think that's a bad shot. I think if he turns to the left instead of right, you have an open lane. Big drive by Olivier Louis. No call. And then he goes to try to get the jump ball. But looked like the ref held up a foul. I thought he would have just called it jump or something. But it is Weston ball. Will Cambridge press here? I'm interested. Looks like they won't. It's surprising. I mean, they have 3 guys sitting at half court. I don't know why you don't press one.
Let's see what they do.
I mean, it's a 2-point game.
Yeah.
Oh, Treaties almost missed the inbound, but takes a hold of it.
Yeah.
Jenkins wide open. Tucked in the dribble. Finds Mayhew. Treaties.
See, Mayhew's got to get into the paint right there much faster.
Jenkins almost loses. Keeps control of the ball. Finds Mayhew inside. Finds...
It's going to be a foul. No! Offensive?
I think it was an up and down.
Maybe, I don't know.
I didn't see him take both feet off, but they called an up and down. Jenkins missed the shot. But Mankey's getting shut down, and I've seen this multiple games. He just got completely locked in the fourth quarter. It's like teams finally figure out how to defend him.
It's interesting,
I mean, yes, he puts up 20 in the first half, but
once
they find out how to defend him.
Also, what we've seen, though, is in the fourth quarter of the last 2 games, right, that we've covered, the last 2 home games have figured him out as well. It seems like Weston, they won both away games.
Yeah.
But it seems like just as the fourth quarter comes around in the second game.
I mean, it takes a game and a half for these teams to figure him out. But once they do, he's such an integral part of this Western team. That once you figure him out, that takes a lot.
Coach has got to come up with some other play. He's
not just throw it inside. They are playing really far on him. I think what you do is, one thing I saw earlier is Mayhew's ability to drive from the outside. I think you throw it out to him, especially in this one center lineup, and let him drive over behind Bonnie. Let him drive over White. He's quicker than those guys. He can do it, and he can find a pass too.
Yeah, maybe find a pass.
I think don't throw it to him when he's trying to back someone down. Backing down.
Let him jump stop and take a shot.
You just can't give it to him in these back down scenarios where they bring 4 to cover him and he can't get a pass off. It's not working.
Well, a quadruple team is not something many players have to do.
Yeah, fair enough.
But it seems
Closing
like
in on that.
Weston's whole offense tonight has essentially been Mayhew driving, and if Stevens is wide open, he'll hit a 3.
Potential to take a lead. He can just throw it into... I thought he would just throw it
right
to
here,
Olivier
right
Louis to the open shot. He doesn't see it.
I mean, you
know... Back to Dunbar.
Olivier Louis sneaking
over to Miller,
baseline.
has the shot, doesn't elect to take it. Back over to Dunbar. This time he takes it really deep. This one doesn't go. Good rebound out of Treaties. Almost lost it, but does get the rebound. Fast dribbling from Branker. I thought he tried to throw it in.
Slow it down a little bit.
Jenkins. Good play here.
Number 33, number
32.
32, Jojo Guga.
I didn't even realize.
I had no idea.
Missed it.
I think he
Mayhew inside. Mayhew made it.
There you go. I think he must have just checked into the game on that last time out, which is why we didn't notice.
Yeah, I mean, over in the perimeter, I think they really. I've seen him brought in a couple times towards the end of the game. I think they bring him in for his defensive presence.
That's what they need right now.
He's able to cover well, and you saw Mayhew get his bucket. I mean, that continues to work. Then got that almost a steal. This time Mayhew inside. Takes it. That's a bad shot and can't get the rebound.
Yeah. And now a fast break.
Open break, but shot doesn't go.
Wow. That's tough right there. You gotta
Yeah.
make that one.
I mean, or
That
at least
was-
throw it back out.
You can't just
I
give
thought
up an easy
Jenkins was going to
possession right
take
there.
that ball through the hands of Macy.
Wow.
No call on the play.
Wow.
Looks like Weston's not happy with the refs, but
The roughing has been.
I think it's been fairly good.
It's been fairly good. I would say. I mean, look, there's been a couple calls that could have gone either way, but
Looks like someone's substituting Weston. I assume it's Stefan.
yeah, he's
His
not in the
shooting
game
so
right now.
so integral.
Yeah, I treat his
Williams
really
design finds Miller wide open. Elects not to take it, but hits
Takes
his
that
floater.
floater.
That
his
doesn't hit.
favorite
Good
shot.
rebound. White,
White
in it goes.
in the paint. That's a big, strong play right there from the big man in the paint, grabbing
and-
that offensive rebound, putting it right up, and cutting it.
Yeah,
to
and
a
I mean,
two-point
someone
game.
was not letting Mayhew get in the paint, and he just overpowers Jenkins.
Wow.
Good bucket, 2-point game. Mayhew takes a jumper. Bad shot again.
I mean, we look at it's been nearly 5 minutes. Mayhew has 2 points. Fourth quarter.
And it's like
Deep.
deep shot, and he hits it.
Wow. Olivier Louis.
Louis.
Say his name. Put some respect on his name.
He's hitting it.
And look who has the lead, Connor. Look who has the lead. Put some
Timeout,
respect on
Weston.
Olivier Louis.
I mean,
Put some respect on that man's name.
I don't know. I mean, it's a risky thing to do here. Your star player Sawyer Mayhew, but he's not working it. And you took your 11-point lead with Del DeCato in the game. Under 3 minutes left. Yes, he is your star player. Yes, he's that B1 recruit. Do you take him out?
Yes, you have to. I'm sorry, but if you're not making your shots, you can't be in the game. You cannot be in the game.
I don't think it's about making the shots. I mean, he's been guarded well. I think it's about
Poor
having the
decisions, though.
whole offense run through him. Where, I mean, yes, Cambridge is playing really good defense on the perimeter, not letting Weston get open shots. But with Del DeCato out there, you had the versatility. Have another guy
Yeah.
outside. They would let Jenkins shoot whatever he wants.
Yeah,
Mayhew doesn't decide to play the perimeter here. He's playing in the paint.
And, you know, once again, a comeback by CRL. Their first lead of the game with 3 minutes and 4 seconds remaining.
Yeah,
Absolutely incredible. They've really worked their way back. At a point when Weston had an 11-point lead in the second quarter, Connor, it looked like to you and me, this game could get out of hand very quickly and be a blowout. It is a 1-point game. And also, Weston had 30 after the first half. They've had 14 in the second half.
yeah.
That's
And I
huge.
mean, what, 4 or 5 in the fourth quarter? That's not going to cut it. That's
It's
not going to cut it.
It's not been
You
good.
had a, what is it,
They-
8-point lead going into the
We're
fourth?
falling apart, man. We fall apart in the second quarter, second half, fourth quarter. We
Weston brings back out the starting lineup. Stefan's in the game.
wow.
Iatredes, Anko,
Mayhew.
Jenkins,
This
and
is
Mayhew.
huge right here. Take
Inside to Mayhew. That time he gets
Beautiful.
it. Can't let him get that close to the paint. He's making that shot.
Yeah.
A little bit off to back down. But it looked like Cambridge defense just got caught there. Looked like they usually have another guy to come
Yeah,
in the
they
paint.
usually have
No
two
one
guys
was
in the
there.
paint.
And I mean, it
And
looked
they
like
have White in the
deep
game.
3. Miller. No good. Ball goes out of bounds. Foul called,
Yeah,
actually.
foul called.
Should be.
I think it should be
Weston
Weston
ball.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know what happened to that Cambridge defense. They were working so well, keeping everyone on man.
Yeah.
And that time, it looked like Jenkins was open at the 3 line with no defenders near him, and then Sawyer with only one defender
yeah,
near
everyone got
inside. Can't let that happen again.
You
Jenkins,
really can't, because if,
Iatredes,
14 seconds on the shot clock.
Jenkins again. Runs Blanker into Mayhew, back to Jenkins, that lets to
Three.
take it. Doesn't hit it,
good.
hustles for the rebound. Puts it up, doesn't go, but Mayhew
Tip
just
in by
tips it in.
Mayhew. Well, I guess.
Jenkins elects to take the 3. He can hit those.
Hey,
But that hustle for the rebound.
that hustle by the rebound, and folks, that's why the Weston coach is a coach, and I'm just a commentator. Mayhew's in the game.
Almost a block for Mayhew, but White just... That's what happened with Bonnie early. It just open underneath.
Yeah, I mean, if he makes the stop right there, that's huge. It's a 1-point game still.
But you can tell both these sides want to win.
Yeah,
Jenkins
really.
especially, he wants to win this game. Now they're not sagging off from it. You have a dribble, yeah. Get in a good position.
Wow,
that one doesn't
air
go.
ball.
Yeah.
Wow. gives an
chance.
opportunity for CRL to take the lead on this possession.
Finds Olivier Louis. And he
Whoa!
hits it!
Oh my goodness.
goodness.
This
Olivier
kid.
Louis
Oh my
is
god.
hitting from all cylinders. Other
Everyone-
than the free throw line.
Other than the free throw line.
I'm out Weston. 2-point lead for Cambridge.
Oh
A
my
minute
God.
19 to go.
Let's dedicate this timeout to Olivier Louis.
He's hitting from so deep.
He's hit from everywhere on the court tonight, Connor, and he is the sole reason why CRL is in this game.
Yeah,
He
that
has
and the
been
defense
difference
has
maker.
just...
Yeah, he really has.
I mean, give a quick shout out to Miller for a couple floaters, keeping
and
him
White for
going.
having, being a big presence on defense and having a couple big offensive boards tonight. He had that one in the last position where he just gets it under the hand of Mayhew, and then a couple possessions early on in this half, where he got that offensive rebound in front of Mayhew and put it right up. I mean, he's had a great night, but Olivier Louis, man, what a night he has had.
Dude, what do you do if you're Weston? You choking games away, at least at home.
This is bad.
You've got to change something in this fourth quarter.
You have a minute 19. This is a must-win game.
Yeah, I think you bring out the same lineup. It worked for the past few possessions.
You just got to play better defense.
Yeah, it is the same lineup.
It's a one-possession game.
Just when I'm like, oh, Weston's hitting their buckets again.
Cambridge is too.
Cambridge and Olivier Louis just like, let me just knock down a three.
Olivier
Two
Louis,
threes, really,
Olivier
to
Louis
take a lead and keep
He
it.
just gets the ball, catches way downtown, buckets.
Yeah,
Counted.
he's hitting like really deep shots.
Weston with a huge opportunity
Like
here.
probably close to 30 feet. That's like
The biggest,
NBA level
one
three-point
of the
range.
biggest possessions of the game.
Mayhew Jenkins inside. Looks for Mayhew again. Can't get it. Fights in the paint and
Beautiful!
gets it.
Wow.
He's just muscling down in there.
He
Jenkins has had
wants to
a
win.
really good...
He wants to win this
Yeah,
game.
he's done really good towards the tail end of this game.
Here we go. The
It-
final minute of play. It's
They
a
are
tie game.
pressing on Olivier Louis, but good drive. Amazing pass. Williams goes. Wow, what a pass.
What a pass by Olivier Louis. That vision, that little bounce pass to the side.
And
Beautiful
Williams
right
to
in the
dodge the block attempt and just take it. Stephens out to
Waiting for
Mayhew,
some entertaining.
elects to take it, and he hits it!
Oh my God, Connor!
Sawyer Mayhew, he's missed a good amount this game,
But
and he
in
hits
the
it when it
clutch,
matters.
when it matters.
1 point lead for Weston.
When it matters, Weston, and the timeout is called. Connor, 23 seconds remaining. It is a 1-point game. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I mean, I
Insane.
once I saw Mayhew take that three, I'm like, uh-oh, I don't know about that. And then he hit it. I'm like,
This is insane, man. I mean, think
he
about
hit
that.
it when it mattered. We were
Think about-
talking about him getting shut down in fourth quarter.
Think about the pass.
He's scoring when
but
it
what
matters.
about the pass from Olivier Louis?
Yeah, he's taking over. This is a fight
This is a
to win this
fight.
game. Olivier Louis wants to win this game.
So I want to point this out. There's 21 seconds remaining on the shot clock. There's 23 seconds remaining in the game
So
clock.
assuming no fouls and no rebounds,
So Weston, if Cambridge scores, they should get the ball back. with
Weston
about
has another shot.
4 or 5 seconds, and I don't know if they have another timeout. But if they do, which I'm assuming they do, because I'm assuming Cambridge probably just took the timeout, right? They'll have enough time to at least get up a last-second shot, a buzzer beater.
Yeah,
Which is,
of course.
And if we go back to last year, and folks, if we had an incredible production crew like Fox, we would do a flashback to last year when Noah Eagle Dunn hit a game winner here in Weston.
Acton Boxburg.
Will we see a similar story here tonight by Weston?
Hey, I mean, what it comes down to now is can they defend beforehand?
Can they get a stop?
You don't want to have to
You
take
don't
a
wanna
last
have
second
to.
three.
Can they get a stop? Incredible.
Really coming down to the clutch here.
This is when the Cats Den gets loud. Unfortunately,
Sadly,
no one's here. But we're here, and we're trying to bring some fire to this team.
I mean, the bench is making
The
noise.
bench is making noise.
Gotta watch out
Huge.
for Olivier Louis. He finds himself open. Stephens falls.
Wow.
Opportunity for a play. Outside Miller
Three.
for the shot. Doesn't go.
No good, Mayhew,
Rebound
rebound.
Mayhew finds Jenkins.
Jenkins
And
will
he
get
gets fouled.
Woo! When Stephens
Oh,
went down.
man. I thought like
I thought
5v4. You've got to find the open man. And
Yeah.
then Miller missed it. Miller, who's been so good hitting it, he usually elects to take a few steps, take a
Airballed it,
floater.
too.
That
Airballed
time
it.
he decides to go for the three, take the 2-point lead. I'm like, you're hitting the floaters. You had room to dribble. Maybe you take that. But if he's confident from
Timeout
three, you
is
take
called
that
with
shot.
10 seconds remaining. Weston with the ball, and They'll get
Oh,
the jump ball.
they are not in bonus, so yeah,
They're
Weston
not
has an
in bonus.
inbound.
They will inbound it.
I don't
but
look for this press
the
man.
jump ball does go to them if there is one. Could be a big part in these last 10 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, you got to play really man on, and Weston have gotten the ball out. There've been I've seen him lose steals in this press man before. There aren't that.
Be careful with the ball. Draw a foul.
You want to get it.
to
You
the
want to
line.
get it to a shooter, and I mean, everyone on Weston can hit a free throw. Maybe not this game, but I'm thinking get it to Steffens.
Steffens or Mayhew at the line. Those are my two guys. I mean, Mayhew. It almost as if just as we were talking about Mayhew that he should come out of the game, that he wasn't playing well, he takes over.
And I do want to give a good amount of props to Jackson Branco so far today. He's not used to a starting role, and he took it well. Really good defensively.
We haven't mentioned him because he hasn't gotten on the score sheet in terms of points.
But defensively, he's been there.
Rebounds, steals, effort.
He got a few assists, too.
I mean, his effort tonight has been, something that doesn't show up on his
He's not used to playing close to this many minutes.
Not at all. I mean, especially with Van Houten out. I mean, this is something that he is not used to, especially, like this is a very, very...
And I think he's probably taken the least substitute. Out of it, probably, I think him and Jenkins both been subbed only once.
He has been on the floor all night.
Really press on.
The last 10 seconds for
No one trying to block. Well, into Jenkins, loses it, but it's given to Weston. Wow.
No time off the clock.
Cambridge bench looks angry. I did not get to see a good view. The auto camera goes to the most action. Most players were around there.
Yeah.
But another opportunity for Weston. No time taken off the clock either. Because it was instantly tipped out. That play. And they let it dribble out. Oh no, they did get a foul on. I was about to say, you're letting it dribble out.
What are you doing? It's a 1-point game.
So that was
Weston
the bonus.
Now moves into the bonus.
I think that's Mayhew going to the line, I believe.
So he needs to knock down both of them.
Yeah, it's a 1-and-1.
And if I'm CRL,
start screaming at him.
Start screaming at him, and when we get the ball back, the only person I want taking the shot is Olivier Louis. That's it.
This is it. And rebound Cambridge. 1-point game. 7 seconds left. They look locked up. I thought Jenkins had a steal, but I think a timeout was called beforehand. Wow. If Cambridge didn't take that timeout, that was probably game. Really
Crazy,
good.
Connor. This is
He saw Miller get locked in the corner. He knew to take that timeout.
We're at 5.3 seconds. This is it. This is right here. We got one possession left.
Cambridge with the last shot. Yeah, I'm looking at Olivier Louis, or I'm looking at a set play inside. I'm looking at
Olivier Louis, White inside, or Miller with a floater. Those are the three things
because
that I'm looking at.
One thing I see, if Weston gets too caught up on their man, I've seen White get inside wide open.
He's the man who's not going to miss, I'll tell you that much. If he's in the paint...
I mean, it's lucky on the inbound is you have 5 guys against 4 out there on the floor. So I assume you just probably sit one pretty close to the paint.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, anything can happen.
It's a 1-point game.
I mean, obviously, they're going to try... They've doubled Olivier Louis throughout, this second half, and he still hit him. Got to press on him. He's hit the deepest threes I've seen.
I mean, he'll hit from anywhere on the court, so...
But then also, you can't fall asleep.
No.
You can't let White be wide open inside.
You can't.
Or make you to get a last-second block, which
oh my God.
he has to, dive for
this is
a few times.
Man. I'm nervous. This is huge right here for Weston.
And Mayhew missed the free throw. I was not expecting him to miss. He's a pretty good free throw shooter. But, I mean, that's the story of the game today. Everyone's missing free throws.
Both sides. I know what coaches are going to be talking about tomorrow.
I mean, maybe a foul here if he was... I mean, potential to make 2. On the floor foul, 1-and-1.
If it's on the floor, it's 1-and-1. What are the chances to make 2?
Deep inside. Ball gets tipped. Jenkins with the rebound. Wow. Mayhew and Jenkins. You see, that was it. They went for that play inside. They tried to find Bonnie.
It's still 1-and-1, and there's still 3.2 left.
They tried to find Bonnie wide open inside, and Weston wasn't having it.
So CRO guaranteed to get the ball back.
I liked that play call from CRL.
I do.
Because, that's what... That inside play has worked before. Right. Find a guy sleeping. You know they're going to be trying to double cover Olivier Louis. One thing is I believe Jojo Uga came back in the game just for his defensive presence. Jenkins, huge free throw. Doesn't hit it. Last second shot off. Wow. Olivier Louis loses it. Jumbo up and no good.
Not a great... I wonder why he passed it there.
He's I need to get it to Olivier Louis. And then he like slips or
He
trips
should've-
on it or something.
I think when he looks back on this, he's like, I gotta take that half-court shot.
I mean, I agreed with it. Get it to Olivier Louis, let him put it up. But Olivier Louis slips
Just a little too far down the court.
and loses the ball. Tries to get over to Dumba, can't hit.
That's it.
That
Weston
was
comes
a
away with
game.
one. But folks, that was a lot
I think
closer
I've
than
seen
it could.
Weston win by 1 for like almost every one of their victories so far this year.
I'm having heart attacks, folks. Like this
And
was.
I've seen 2 teams hit last-second
Look,
buzzer beaters on Weston.
I'll say this: it was
season.
entertaining at the 4th quarter. I mean, boy, what a game! Thank you all for watching, being here with us tonight as the Wildcats continue to play. Girls and boys play next week. I believe the boys play next Tuesday. The girls play next Friday. Here for both of those. I hope you're enjoying. It's a lot of fun, Connor, isn't it? And
Yeah.
football season, just an announcement, is back in Massachusetts, starting
Yeah, and we're going to have
February.
new equipment, new graphics.
And we'll be there. And folks, I'm excited.
And don't
man.
forget, we still got a few weeks left of basketball. I think 3 more games.
Connor, you ready?
I am ready.
All right.
I think
Hey,
maybe 4. There might be a weekend game.
there might be like a
against
jamboree or
Waltham, I
something,
think.
yeah.
Maybe a tournament after. I don't know.
We'll see.
They did run for soccer.
We'll be there for that. Thank you all for listening.